Those very comments by Hopeson Ardoye is beginning to spark some tension within the governing New Patriotic Party. The man at the center of this has issued a statement apologizing to leadership of the party in the wake of some threats that he may be sanctioned. So let's bring you excerpts of the concerns and the statement also issued by Hopeson Ardoye a while ago, apologizing to the New Patriotic Party. So it's a press release signed by the former member of parliament, the former parliamentary candidate for the Kantamanso constituency. He indicates that as much as it is not his nature, it definitely was not my intention to create this misunderstanding. I take full responsibility for my actions and sincerely apologize to all who are offended. I take the opportunity to state categorically that I am neither an operations director for Alan Chermatin nor aware of any such campaign team created. As Santaman has spoken, Alan Chermatin is the NPP's unifier and is the best choice for victory in 2024, and I'm at peace with that. So these are the words coming through from Hopeson Ardoye. In spite of the apology, a pro-party group calling itself the Ashanti Patriots are still barking and stoking that fire. Let's bring in Eric Osei, who's convener for the Ashanti Patriots. Good afternoon to you, sir. Many thanks for joining us here on the poll. So let's start off with the controversy about the historical background to all of this. Emmanuel, the point is that even if it's true that you have many factions within the NPP, from the Dombo tradition, Buzia tradition, as well as that of those who talk about the other factions and traditions that you have within your party, the feeling is what you need ultimately is party unity. Why are you then bringing some ethnocentric sentiments, what many have described it to be, into the party?
Right. A very good evening to your viewers. My brother, you and me know those who are into this ethnocentric comments. You know the names. Let's not pretend over it. They are there. What Hopeson Ardoye said categorically has nothing got to do with ethnocentric what. Personally, I feel the Dombo, Dankwa, Buzia tenors, I believe this relevance. It is not relevant anymore. Those of us from that Bafakuto played a major role in the fortunes of this party, bringing it up. But he's unheard of. If you mention Buzia, I don't know why people misconstrue Buzia to be an Ashanti or something. He's a Bono, a typical Bono. He has nothing got to do with Ashanti. Dombo is a Northerner. Dankwa is a Chim, or let's say from the Eastern. So what is the place of Ashantis? That is our head. What is the place for Ashantis? Everyone knows. All over the world knows the role Ashantis are playing in the sustenance, to even start with, in the upbringing and sustenance of the New Patriotic Party. So the Dombo, Dankwa, what, to us is irrelevant. It shouldn't be entertained. It should be obliterated completely from the system, because nobody is going to give relevance to it anymore. It doesn't matter. What matters is how best we can come together as a party to get a formidable, somebody who, no one is perfect though, but we can still say somebody with a blemish, a candidate who is loved by all, somebody who has what it takes to absorb the shocks that comes with it, and is so mature in politics, and is loved by the people.
And this is where your group says, well, we support the cause to push the trade and industry minister Alan Chermatin to run for that candidacy as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. Some say that you're violating the procedures laid out by the party leadership. You've done this before, prior to the election of national executives. Then we saw the reaction from John Boydu at the time, who was General Secretary. He issued a statement cautioning your group, and yet you still declared support for what transpired over the weekend in the Ashanti region. Why are you not showing respect to the national leadership of the New Patriotic Party?
My brother, the reality of the matter is that nobody has acted or traveled any directive from any general secretary. What we did was, you remember some 4 young guys were suspended in Tabali, that they've sat on radio and declared support for Honorable Alan Chermatin. That is what we came out to organize a press conference to speak against that. Lots of people, if you come to Kumasi, there is a television station called Wuntumi TV, Wuntumi Radio. They have a segment, a program designed to promote the ambition of the vice president. Who is talking about it? Lots of Ethnocentric, the names were mentioned. Farouk Mahama and all those people. Amin Anta, Obribwahe, they have all stayed on public spaces to propagate and tell the Ghanaian people that the vice president is the one who is going to succeed the president. Isn't that a violation of what the General Secretary said? It's a question to everybody listening. They have been violating almost everything. But when the young people, the future of the party, comes out to speak, then they can quickly run and say, because we don't have dollars in our pocket, they feel we shouldn't have a voice.
I mean, you need to be very fair to the national executives. They've not indicated clearly that it's because of influence peddling. That's why they are cautioning you. They say that time frame and the roadmap has been agreed on by the National Executive Council of your party. So looking at that time frame, it's not, appropriate for you to go ahead and to project some candidates as being in a better position to serve as presidential candidate. You agreed to these terms through the neck of your party.
Why not? Most definitely.
Yes. So why not being patient?
Rules. Yeah, we are actually law-abiding. What we are saying is, around that time that we organized the press conference, you bear me witness to the fact that it was them who were all out with branded cars running through the principal streets of Kumasi, projecting the vice president as the next president of Ghana. That is what we came out. We only came out to let them know that if you are saying that nobody should campaign, then the likes of the names I mentioned, what are you doing to them? You are watching them, you are saying nothing to them, and we can't sit down for one candidate to be unfairly treated, whilst others are projecting other candidates.
Yeah, but that's where there may be a challenge in all of this. The Trade Minister himself, Alan Kyerematen, has not made any public comment to the fact that he wants to run as president, and yet you're going out organizing health walks. To what end, particularly, when you've not heard from him stating clearly that he's going to run for president? We've heard from other candidates, at least. We can mention Mr. Kwabena Ejapong, we can talk about Joe Gatti. These are persons, and in fact, Boachi Ejakuwa, I spoke to earlier this year. These are persons who are on record to have said, will run for president. You're not backing any of these candidates. You're then pushing someone who has not spoken on the matter to run for president.
You know, he's a gentle giant. He doesn't like, talking much. He's a doer. He's not a talker or a talkative. You know what? But for us, from where we come from, we know he most definitely is going to be on the train, right? So this health work thing, I don't know why people are misconstruing the whole thing. We are patriots. We are MPP supporters. We want to be fit for the task ahead. Who doesn't know that there is a task ahead? So we are it's a warm-up exercise. We are trying to bring ourselves together. We had a meeting, and the meeting was how best we can mobilize. You saw market women coming out saying that they are all mobilizing money to buy forms for Alan Kyerematen. You get a point. So it was more or less a meeting, but we wanted to organize the meeting in a manner such that we will stay fit as well, so that when the time comes, we will have the muscles and what it takes to rally behind the fantastic gentleman. Don't forget, you see, those of us from Ashanti Patriots, we are sick and tired of fantasy politics in Ghana. People have been doing fantasy politics. We support MPP. They will be supporting and voting and jumping around. Hey, we've won. After 2 years, you ask them, what is the state of your life? Nothing has changed. People also support NDC, the same thing. That is fantasy politics. The man, Alan Kyerematen, is saying to bring something different. He wants to change the fortunes of the young people of this country. After 3 SHS, what is next? Jobs.
He doesn't have your blessings at this moment. In fact, Ima, all that you're doing now could get you kicked out of the New Patriotic Party. You're risking your membership of the party as we speak. You know that.
Far from that. If you are getting kicked out, then the likes of the energy minister is going to be kicked out. The Ashanti regional minister is going to be kicked out. Vincent Esifo is going to be kicked out. Even the national organizer is going to be kicked out because they have all been stepping out, making pronouncements, and we have evidence to this effect. So we are not perturbed. We cannot be frightened. You see, politics, it's part of politics that if you don't take your time, they will try to threaten you, and you mellow, you go into hiding, and then they will be out doing all that is necessary to win them power. We are not going to kowtow to that. We are, like we said in the interview, we used to be boys. Now we are men. And we understand the laws and the workings of the party. So nobody can frighten us or threaten us. We know what we are about.
What's in the pipeline and what's next? Are you willing to share?
We will keep on mobilizing ourselves behind, closed doors and doing what we're able to do best so that when officially campaign is opened, then we can stick out our neck and tell the Ghanaian people that, hey, as we stay in Ghana today, if you have 70,000 Ghana cedis and somebody says, come for a US green card, I believe you will send it for the green card. Why? Because we believe, come what may, should you get out there, you find jobs to do and then make money and then have a living. That is what Alan Kojo Kyerematen represents. Jobs for the people, cash for the people, so that everybody will be well to do. And then social vices will be a thing of the past. Ritual killings, heightened armed robbery, heightened prostitution. We want to kill, we want to knit all in the back. That's why we are supporting Alan Kojo Kyerematen, so that we can have a better life as young people. In all
of this, after rallying the grassroots of the party, what would you do if Alan Kojo Kyerematen turns up to say, well, I do not intend to run for president any longer? I mean, what would happen?
He's coming. In fact, he's in. You know his style.
You know that for sure?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. No two ways about it. He's in already. Don't worry, he's in.
Oh, anyway, I see. But how about party unity and sustaining that ahead of the 2024 elections? You have just about 2 years. And in fact, you still have a social contract as a political party with the people of Ghana. Are you not distracting government from dealing with the crucial matters? There's the economic meltdown, so many challenges facing your NPP government, which many believe could affect your chances in 2024. So why not give chance or space to the government to deal with all of these problems, and then you can talk about Alan later?
Well, if you want to know who is distracting government, is the team of the vice president, who right from January 2021 started mounting posters all over the place, breaking the age, what have you, branding cars and all that. They are distracting government. We spoke against it. If you listen to our press conference held earlier this year carefully, you will know that we were calling for party unity. We were calling that they put the supporters of the vice president to check because they are distracting government business. What they were doing was like that. It was as if we were in 2024 and they had started campaign. We are for party unity. And when we met, if you had been there, you would have known that we sort of advised our supporters to be very calm, law-abiding, and then speak good about the government and do everything within their power to explain things to the good people of Ghana as to why we are having challenges. It is not our making more or less, though leadership was created to solve problems, and it is our responsibility to make sure the problems that are coming are solved. We are doing our best, and we are still hopeful in the MPP government that most definitely we are going to turn things around. We must. I do not subscribe to breaking the eight. Let us better the plight of the Ghanaian people, and once their plight is bettered, the eight is broken. So we of Alan Kyerematen camp, we are not looking at breaking the eight much. We are looking at changing the fortunes of Ghanaians. And once the fortunes are changed, the eight is automatically broken. So they are the ones causing the disunity in the party, but we will keep advising them. They are brothers and sisters. We keep advising them so that they can tone down, they can take away the branded cars and what have you. Those who are in position now can stop their utterances on air and what have you. So that you have to.
In fact, I thought that was going to be the last one for me, but let's wrap up on this point. What do you say to people who come up to you and say, Alan Kyerematen is also part of the problem because he's serving in government, he's a member of cabinet as we speak. What would be different if he serves as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party?
Well, is it another Dankwa Akufo-Addo came and had what he believed in? He believed in the fact that the Ghanaian people needs to be educated. Fantastic. Alan Kyerematen is coming with something also as significant as that of Nanado. As he has reiterated from years ago, he says job for the people, cash for the people. You know, one of the problems confronting the Ghanaian people is unemployment. And that gives birth to lots of other, unforeseen circumstances. So he is also going to prioritize industrialization, said that everybody living in Ghana should have something to do.
So that's the
You see,
problem
one
he's
thing-
seen to solve?
Come again?
That's the problem he's seen to solve?
That is one major problem he's in to solve.
Okay.
Most definitely. That is one major problem.
Anyway.
The one you are speaking to, I happen to be the founder of an Employed Graduates Association in 2016. I founded that group. So you see where I'm coming from. So if I see a job master, why should I follow somebody else when the job master is there to help me realize the dream of seeing every Ghanaian youth employed?
Okay. We've heard this before. It's part of the political talk, but let's wait and see what it is that will happen in the coming days or years, I should say.
Well, most definitely you see something different.
Well.
I said we are moving away from fantasy politics to
Anyway.
realism. So you see that.
Emmanuel says with the Ashanti Patriot was part of the organizers of last weekend's walk for Ireland. I'm grateful for your time. When we return, we'll talk about a group of newly qualified pharmacists who are threatening to halt their housemanship by the end of this year if government fails to settle all outstanding arrears. It's coming up here on The Pulse. Please stay.